Alright, y'all. We're just gonna continue from where we left off. Ira just disappeared randomly, and then we had this really intense music. And have you noticed any changes in how you perceive time or space? No. Are you experiencing any unusual patterns in your thoughts or dreams? No. You ever feel like you're watching yourself from outside your own body? No. Have you found yourself remembering things that didn't happen to you? No. Do you see anything lately that no one else seemed to notice? Okay, now you're lying. Are you being honest with me? Okay. Are there any places, people, or ideas you're fixated on lately? Yes. Can you name them? Ira. Sending my message to the universe. What message? A love confession. A love confession. Yes. Yes, I will confess my love to the world. I'm very close to achieving the right signal strength. Signal strength, you say? Are you using a radio? No, I don't need one. My will is enough. I see. Let's continue then. Does the world around you feel balanced or like it's trying to become balanced? Yes. Why do you feel that? Isn't it obvious? Please elaborate. Oh, is this is Lev. Sigh, Lev pops a pill into his mouth while waiting for my answer. Ira, everything that she's gone through, it's the result of the world correcting itself. She caused a shift in its predetermined path. Then when she disappeared from school, irregularities kept building up. In me, and Marina, and her own family, and many, many other people. She caused a huge distortion in the world. So, she had to be assimilated into the greater stream. She had to, before any more damage could be caused. My voice isn't as stable as it should be. I glance in the corner. Marina's sitting there, expressionless. When Lev came home, he found both of us in the bedroom. I didn't know how much time had passed by then. This questioning I'm in the middle of right now has been going on for a while. So that's how you see it. The way he talks is very monotone. I'm not bothered by that. Perhaps I'm also being a little too calm. Is that wrong? Not entirely. He runs a hand through his hair, looking down at his notes. You're correct in that reality is also pursuing the status quo, but what happened to Ira is not directly related to the system rebalancing itself, not in response to her at least. What do you mean? It's an unfortunate result of her condition. She's been deteriorating for some time. The process has simply accelerated as of recent. Our efforts, he shoots a wary look at his sister, we're only delaying the inevitable. Actually, I've been meaning to ask you, this medicine, what does it do exactly? It's a kind of downer. It dulls pattern recognition and placates emotional responses. You can't unsee what you've already noticed. The parts of yourself that are already degraded won't recover, but the drug will prevent you from spotting new patterns or at least lower their prominence. It also dulls the stress you feel from observing such things. Sounds rather useful. Why would Ira stop taking it then? Got her reasons. Ira believed that what she saw in the code was the truth, unpleasant as it was. Not being able to perceive that information felt like going blind. It's also the emotional factor. No, I totally get that. I feel like once you've noticed something about the world, like just the way that it works or just the fabric of it, I feel like you wouldn't want to like go back to not knowing. I feel like this kind of, the first thing that comes to mind is like the Matrix. It's like once you realize you're in the Matrix, you can't like go back to not knowing, right? I mean, I guess if you just like had those memories erased, you could, but like you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to just go back to living a monotone life and just. I think back to like I think there's a scene where they're eating steak, and like once you realize that it isn't real, like it just lost all of its flavor, all of its what made it, you know, good, right? So it'd be like eating nothing, and just the fact that you know that would just drive you nuts. I don't think you could ever go back to like pretending you were eating something that wasn't real. So there's the emotional factor. The medicine doesn't just dull negative feelings, it dulls all of them. You can't remove intense despair without removing intense joy or happiness. This is a very good description of just depression medication, antidepressants. And I was just talking about this actually with some coworkers. I'm like, the reason and I had gone on antidepressants before, but the reason I could never like stay on them It's just the fact that, yes, you don't feel as sad all the time, but you don't feel happy either. And that to me is just as worse. It's just as bad. Um, if you're not feeling happy, then you might as well be feeling sad. And I hated that. It's a double-edged sword. You can imagine why she wouldn't want that. But Marina, you said she stopped feeling emotions due to her condition, so all along it was the drug. Not so simple. Marina's psyche really did change irreversibly. Sadly, the pills have just solidified certain side effects. How much of it is one or the other, I can't tell you. You really believe it's irreversible? Nothing to suggest otherwise. Well, actually, right before Ira disappeared, she came back for a moment, meaning her eyes, everything about her, it's like she managed to bring back her old self for a second. It was Ira, the one I knew, the person. She was looking right at me. You don't believe me. It's not that I think you're lying, but what you perceive might not have been the objective reality. Why wouldn't it be? I'm just making assumptions based on your answers. However, there's a high probability you possess a similar level of code sensitivity to Marina and Ira. But it's a strange case. Despite everything pointing to you having high pattern awareness, you don't seem mentally distraught. Oh, don't worry, buddy. You don't know. Perhaps your willingness to indulge in delusions has something to do with it. Okay, that's fair. Don't be alarmed. It's pretty common among those susceptible to the code, though whether they manifest into actual distortions varies from case to case. I'm sorry, but you're deciding this based on some questionnaire? Based on your answers to the 140 questions defined by the protocol, namely to the questions relating to your childhood. It's true that faulty memory might be to blame, but there are some inconsistencies, let's call them that. You can't know that. With all due respect, sir. Well, we keep a record of certain incidents, so I do know a little. Just lay off of her already. That's the first time I've heard Marina's voice since Ira's merging. It's harsh and raspy. I was there too, you know. Ira came back, I think, but it was brief, and she was unresponsive. Interesting. You sure your own symptoms aren't making a return? I'm not delusional. I tried to make it work. I can't. Not to that degree. Good. Wait. What do you mean not to that degree? Forget it. Doesn't matter anymore. Are you talking about the book? The one that was displaced? Marina grimaces and closes her eyes. Maybe Ira was onto something. Maybe I should stop taking this crap. Don't even think about it. She scoffs in response. Lev pops another pill. What I was talking about. How many pills is he taking? Because I'm assuming he's taking something that's supposed to, I guess, kind of prevent this, but I don't know. I don't think making everyone like into a zombie. I feel like that's a term that some people on antidepressants would use. It like kind of makes you feel like a zombie, like you're not really yourself, right? So I don't feel like making yourself a zombie to just avoid some of the harsh things that are happening to you because of the code sensitivity is a better solution. Here doesn't have anything to do with it. It's the whole city. Everything is returning to null. Huh? Distortions caused by individual people are nothing in comparison to the ones produced by the research complex. They encompass Bermuda 5's entire area, so that means the city will undergo correction, or rather, it's being corrected as we speak. The process started weeks ago, maybe even earlier. Our detection tools aren't perfect, so it's hard to say. The local algorithms have become severely unstable. You must have noticed. We're giving it a week at most with the code's current rate of degradation. And what day are we on? Are we on the 26th? So it's going to be around New Year's. At this point, there's nothing we can do. But we can make it easier on ourselves. How so? Lev moves a pill bottle towards me. Everyone will eventually develop the symptoms. Your family should be prepared. But why isn't the town being evacuated? It won't change anything. It's not about the area, it's the cause of distortion. One way or another, everyone here is tied to the complex. We're all complicit. Please take this medicine, it should help. I thank you, but I don't need it. These negative effects you mentioned, I don't experience any of that. I say that now, but it'll get significantly worse. Even for you, it's very likely. I don't mind. The things you're describing, it seems like you're really afraid of them. I understand why, but after seeing what happened to Ira, I don't think dissipating into the greater world is all that bad. So let your parents have it. Medication? Yes. If you don't want to take it, fine, but let them have that choice. They're probably already... Just take it. Oh, sorry. Put the medicine into my apron pocket. I don't know. It seems like if this is inevitable, like, why don't you just let it happen? It doesn't seem like there's really any hope of fixing this, and it's gonna happen within a week. So what's the point in taking the pills? It seems like it just kind of like nulls the pain, I guess. But I don't know. That doesn't seem like a great solution to me. Both siblings see me to the exit. So both of you knew this was coming for a while. Lev nods. If you knew this was inevitable, why did you try to keep Ira alive anyways? Wouldn't you? Yes, I would. Oh, there. That answers your question then. Well, that was interesting. That was just kind of a lot to take in. That's how you are. A winding path that endlessly erases its own curves. That's how I choose to understand you. But I was wrong, of course. It's an offensively simplistic way of thinking. I believed you were indiscriminately filing down each little imperfection, that every little bump was a slight uh, of, of equal proportion. Can you imagine? I should have known you're better than that. I really believed that my free will was an affront to you, as if my actions were worthy of your acknowledgement. So from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I thought so little of you. How have I not realized it before? At the end of the day, everyone's existence is full of little insults. We're an ungrateful species. No matter how good we have it, we'll always be thinking of what ifs. So would you really go out of your way to punish every person on the planet, smite every conscious life form in the universe? Please. All of these violations are no different from the meaningless barrage of insults I hurl at myself. It's all white noise. It's all just pinpricks. For something to rouse you, it would need to be truly unforgivable. An action, a being that's rotten to its very core. The Research Center. The place whose entire existence is a sin. The place that contaminates everything around it like a plague. The town, the people, the reality around. Everything is affected. Everything's impure. Really, you have no choice but to erase it. The city is not a pinprick, it's an open wound. Thank goodness it's healing. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Ah, sorry. Looks like I still wish you'd wait a little longer. I still hope that you let this gash fester some more. It's a horrible thing to say, but please wait out just a bit. My words can't reach you yet, you see. They're close, but they're still falling short of piercing through the atmosphere. However, my signal has gotten very strong. I feel that from now on it'll accumulate strength on its own. So please let me look at you for a little while. Let me gather a little more love in my heart. I don't need much, just enough for my signal to go through. I know it's a preposterous request, especially after everything I've done. You have your full right to decline. But I promise this is the last thing I'll ever ask of you. Please listen to my message. Oh, okay, so we were so close to the end there. Episode 3, Asya. Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna get like a Garen episode. I feel like we haven't explained his story at all. It just seemed like his family was getting worse, so they talked about him being, more tired and stuff, and something was going on with his brother. But they haven't really like fully dived into that yet. But I guess the final chapter is going to be Asya, which is fine. That makes sense. She's the main character, but I'm just kind of surprised by that. Today is a good day. Isn't that a silly sentence? You hear it all the time, but no one seems to realize how dumb it sounds. I guess it's one of those common tautologies like close proximity or end result. It's not that I'm irritated by it, I actually find it rather sweet. But even so, you should remember that each day is inherently good. Even if you feel a bit under the weather, it's a good day. Even if you miss somebody really badly, it's a good day. Even if everything around you is changing in a way you fail to understand, it's a good day. This is something I need to hear sometimes. I don't know about y'all, but I have a tendency, like, when I'm alone, I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm having a bad day. I guess it's like I'm so used to the chaos of having people around now that like I have a family and I have kids. Um, it's like when I'm not constantly around somebody, I just feel like alone. Like I'm not trying to. I like to be alone. Like right now, like I'm alone, and that's why I have time to like play, and I enjoy that, right? But I enjoy that because I'm staying busy. It's like when I don't stay busy, when I'm just kind of by myself and alone, and I'm not keeping myself occupied, it it can feel kind of lonely. It can feel like maybe I'm not having a good day. Um, the fleeting feelings of a human can't change the day's intrinsic qualities, can they? Still, I think I'm justified in saying that today because I'm drawing a comparison, you see. Today is good. Obviously, there's no other way to define it. But tomorrow will be even better. Tomorrow from 10:30 to 11, the sun will rise. Gosh, that's kind of late in the day. Tomorrow at 10:30, the polar night will finally come to an end. Tomorrow at 10:30, I will be there, where I need to be. I can't wait. I can't wait. I guess I can kind of envy Asya's like kind of outlook on life. Like she's like, hey, I love the world. I understand sometimes things happen that are out of my control, and I still love the universe anyways. I don't know. I don't know if I can have that same level of love. I don't know if I can emulate that. I like when things go wrong in my life and it just feels like it's constant and it feels like it's like life's not merciful. That can feel overwhelming. That kind of like it's kind of like snow. It's like the more snow that falls on you, like the heavier it gets. Like that's how I feel with life sometimes. So I feel like when Asya has that happen, she's just like, hey, this is the universe's will, like being enacted. And I'm like, I don't know. That's not something I can necessarily relate to. But I do like that she tries to be positive. Your friend's not here today. Who? Who do you think? Your Pitbull, then. Ha ha ha, that's spot on. The bright electric light above my head stopped blinding me. My eyes don't hurt or water. It's white, pure artificial white, and there's no power in it, no substance to speak of. Nothing to affect me with. It's as good as non-existent. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right, Shabina? Why is that? Dude, look at her. Be real. Haha, bro. Come on, don't say that. What? You want to be her boyfriend? Hey, Shabina, want to go out with Igor? There's nothing I can be affected with. The light? No, I'm not looking at the light. There's no light to look at. The tundra outside stretches for all eternity. It's not like a sphere, it's like a corridor, an eternity with clearly defined margins. Funny how that's possible at all. You're so full of contradictions. It's very cute. I love when she randomly says things are cute. Like, I feel like she did that a lot more earlier on, and now, not so much. It'd be pretty selfish if you stopped doing your homework altogether, yeah? We all rely on you, you know? Yeah, you're the best. You're so smart. What would we do without you? Hear that? The people need you, Shabina. We'll forgive you this time. Just don't get used to it. The tundra is an endless corridor. The city stretches its dimensions to their limit. This means that the ceiling is only as low as the city allows it to be. The sky is only as tall as the city's tallest point. It's as if everything was set up for me from the start. Unlikely, but it's nice to think about it that way. Bird flies past the window again and again. I used to count, but now I've stopped. I feel like the bird's supposed to be like the equivalent to the Matrix when like you see the cat. I'm trying to remember like what the explanation for the cat is. Like I think it was like a way out or something, or it was like I don't know. It was some kind of omen, and I don't remember exactly what the meaning was. But I feel like the bird is like the equivalent here. I feel like we're kind of stuck in like this Matrix type place. Like they said this town has something to do with it. And even if we leave the town, like it'll still correct itself. It makes me feel like I'm like a like I am a part of the Matrix, and if I leave the Matrix, like it'll still find me, kind of thing. Close my eyes and feel the hardwood of the chair beneath me. I'm Asya. Asya is my name. It only took 2 days. It's been 2 days since I visited Marina's apartment. The time flew by so fast, yet each hour felt like a year. I don't know how it works. A lot of things I've been pushing to the farthest corners of my mind have become harder to deny. Not that I have a reason to deny them. There's nothing bad about casting shadows at irregular angles, or sounds of voices coming from the wrong direction, or branches moving the exact same way in sync, or memories replaying themselves differently each time, or me doing things I've already done, but never noticing it in the moment, only after. It's alright. Everything is falling into place. I also feel like I'm slowly living out the song by Tame Impala. I'll always use an opportunity to mention Tame Impala, but this feels like the song "Let It Happen." Um, I feel like we're just letting things happen. We're just letting time progress. It's like we know we have a limited amount of time, so some people would use this as an opportunity to really live life and to the fullest and do everything you've always wanted to do. But what do you do in a town that you've already done everything? And that the person that you cared about, the person that was your escape from this town, disappeared. Lots of questions here. Schoolyard looks okay. Still cold, still loud, with the kids still shooting snowballs from the hill. Though I'm not sure what they're throwing them at. The light is slightly off. It's a little too blue. Was it always this blue? It's a beautiful color. Rena and Vadim are just around the corner. They're both smoking. It's you. Marina. She doesn't talk. I guess I can kind of understand why everybody smokes. I feel like it's kind of an escape. I think back to, you know, like kind of mid 1900s, you know, when we're talking about like maybe World War II, maybe even World War One. You think about how many people used to smoke back then. I feel like smoking was probably something that made you feel alive. I would imagine it's the same way with like drinking too. I feel like a lot of people do that to get away from problems and think, or be able to think about something else. Like it's an escapism. I would imagine for a lot of the people in this town, like smoking is their escapism. It's something that is addictive and it keeps you coming back. So it makes you feel alive in that sense. It makes you feel wanted, almost, is kind of my impression of it. So I think that's kind of why they end up doing that. Also, I think it's probably just something that's warm and feels comforting with it being so cold. Doesn't talk, I see. How's your family? What a pitiful face. I'd button my coat and pull the small bottle out of my apron. Here. Huh? Mom refused to take it. I'd force her. I can't. What about you? I don't want them. Vadim takes the medicine from my hand. He dry swallows 2 pills right away. Rena, hey. He taps her shoulder. She looks at him dazed. See this? Okay. Takes a cigarette out of her mouth and passes it to me. I don't smoke. Just hold it. I just open Rena's mouth a bit wider to slip the pill in. For a moment, it seems like she won't resist. Say, she shakes her head and she slaps Vadim's hand away. He smiles faintly. My eyes sting. I give the cigarette back to him. I'm sorry. I hug her and she hugs me back. Her hand reaches up and pats my hair. There's nothing to that gesture. It's like she moves on autopilot. It's okay. It's okay. Gosh, this has gotten so depressing so fast. You know what else is depressing? Running out of my cherry coke. Very depressing. I have to get some more afterwards. The television is still on. I hear its quiet murmur from the living room. It was on in the morning too. It was on yesterday. What was the last time it was off? I stand by the glazed door. The matted glass makes it almost impossible to make anything out. All I can see is the bright glow of the TV framing my father's shadow. I don't want to open the door. I'm not going to open the door, but it's already half ajar. Mom isn't anywhere else in the flat. She must be in there. Yesterday she kept asking me where Dad was again and again. I didn't tell her. But her sheets were all over the floor when I came back, as if she crawled out of bed then made her way towards the noise, towards the living room. Mom? 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 I should come in. I should come in and talk to her. To them. My hand reaches towards the handle, the TV. What's that program? I don't think I recognize the sound of it. It seems familiar, like a regular news broadcast, but I can't understand a single word. I close the door. I can still hear it faintly. It's okay. My breath is a little uneven. Why? It's okay. Sunrise is tomorrow, right? Right? I'm Asya. Tomorrow is the best day of my life. Tomorrow, tomorrow. My eyes snap open. What's the hour? I turn on the lamp. Oh, okay. I wound up my alarm clock before bed, but that turned out to be unnecessary. In the end, I didn't even get a wink of sleep. My heart wouldn't stop beating out of my chest. My head buzzed like crazy. What a mess. It was like that night before the school trip, too. It's really inconvenient. Oh well, I feel much calmer now. I wonder why. It's day X after all. Maybe it's a kind of acceptance? Yeah, I suppose. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah, just let it happen. It's a dim winter morning. I sit in the kitchen waiting for the tea to brew. I've already ripped the top sheet off the calendar. December 28th. Okay, good. I was hoping they would give us a date. Because I kind of felt like the world was going to end on New Year's, since they kind of alluded to it before. 3 days. I totally forgot to get a present for my parents. There's been so much stuff going on, it's really slipped my mind. I'm just making excuses. Not that it matters now, but... Stand up. Suddenly I feel inclined to do something I really shouldn't. I know it's bad, but if I don't check it for now, then I'll be very sad, I think. I grab a stool and drag it out of the big wardrobe in the hallway. I found the spot by accident while looking for something a couple years ago. Up on the highest shelf behind the shoe boxes is where they hide my birthday presents. And the one for New Year's, I assume. Never checked the place after discovering it, even though I was really curious sometimes. I didn't want to ruin the surprise. But this time... Ah, I see it. A colorful wrapper. For a second I hesitate. This is it. This is my New Year's gift. Ah, it feels so wrong looking at it early. But... My hand reaches out and grabs the package. I giddily climb down from the stool to my room. I don't want to tear the wrapping paper, so it takes a few minutes to open. Whatever's inside feels soft. No, not really. Is it? Oh. Oh, I see. Ah, it's both hard and soft. 2 whole presents. Wow. First is a hardcover journal. I peek inside. Whoa, the paper's so good quality. It even has a little introduction page for me to write my name on. And I really feel like writing something now. This is so cool. The first page, the one right after the introduction, it's missing. I didn't notice it at first, but upon closer look, it definitely seems like someone tore it out. But why? The other part of the present, I hold a pair of mittens in my hands. They're a soft cream color with a neat red pattern on the cuff. I put them on. They're really warm. I pat my face with them. Hee. I stare down at the presents I've opened too early. I should write something in the journal, but I don't. I don't have the time. I can't come up with a poem as quickly, and it takes me a while to draw anything good. Not that I'm all that good at drawing in the first place, but what do I do? What do I do? I need to finish my tea. I need to go soon. Damn it, anything will do. I can't leave the journal blank. Mom wanted me to write in it. She wanted me to have it. She bought it. She wrapped it into pretty paper, so she hoped I'd like it. I like it. I really, really like it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to write in it for as long as I can. I'm going to write about how much I like it. And I'll write about how cool the hardcover is and how smooth the paper feels. I'll write about how soft and pretty the mittens are. I thought she gave up knitting a long time ago. Well, maybe I just didn't notice and didn't care to ask. That's probably the case. I'm sorry. Sorry I never talked to you as much as I should have. Have we ever talked? We have, right? I'm not sure. I'll apologize to you again and again. I'll write 2 pages of apologies, no 3. I'll write about how grateful I am to you. I'll thank you many times. There has to be at least as many thank yous as there are sorries. I still need to write more. That's okay. I've got more to say. I'll write about how much I love you too. That's gonna be a lot. It's gotta be. I'll list everything I love about you. It'll be a little difficult at first and embarrassing as that is to admit, but I'll try. I'll really try. I love your cooking. Well, to be honest, I never liked the meals too much, but watching you cook always felt so nice. And I love when you talk about something with a smile. I can't remember the last time that happened, but I know it did, and it made me happy. I love how pretty you are, especially when you put on that dress. You know, the flowery one? And I love how you asked me about my day and what I would like from the store. And I love it when my face is red from how hard I'm thinking. My head's starting to hurt. Why is it so hard to come up with this stuff? Isn't it wrong? Shouldn't these things come naturally? Does that make me a terrible child? It's like there's this border in my mind I just can't cross. All I can reach is the most surface level observations, as if everything beyond my immediate surroundings is swallowed up by the impenetrable darkness. It's like my memories are, that's right. Of course, that would make sense. I looked at the notebook. Despite my reservations, I managed to exhaust a good dozen pages. Skimming them now, my grammar isn't very good. Never was it? Perhaps it's time I stopped. My hands feel sore. I shake my wrist and glance up at the clock. Crap. I really need to go. Yes, it did feel so nice to write here. This really is a wonderful present. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you. Signed, Asya. Signed, Asya. My name is Asya. I closed the book and grabbed the mittens I left on the bed. They're really lovely too. Of course I'll wear them. I gotta get dressed. Tea must be cold by now, but that's for the best. I'll just down it quickly. Then I'll brush my teeth, brush my hair, make myself look decent, and then I'll be on my way. The other thing Asya is she's really OCD. Like, I feel like she has just like things she has to do. It's very I mean, it's very OCD, but it's also very typical, I feel like, of like autism. Because my daughter's very much the same way. I mean, she's actually diagnosed autistic, and she definitely has like a way of doing things. She's not necessarily like has such a strict routine on herself, but she definitely has like she has like rules in her mind that she has to follow that like are self-imposed. Like like she has to like make sure her bunny's okay before she like can actually go to sleep. I don't know. It used to be she had to sleep with the bunny, but now she has to make sure the bunny's tucked in bed. Like she always has to like worry about her bunny. Like sometimes even more than herself, which is very interesting. And then things have to be done very immediately for her, and it has to be whatever she wants. I don't know. She's just very particular. I don't know if I could describe every little detail, but it's what makes her her, you know? Asya just kind of reminds me of that. She has like very strict rules on herself, and she has to be grateful, and she has to say sorry when she's not grateful enough. Slip into my Valenki and take a last look down the hallway. The door to the living room is still closed. There are no shadows on the other side, just quiet static. I think that's okay. Goodbye, everyone. So why are people disappearing? They're talking about like the city's correcting itself. It's going back to null. So I guess like everything's getting deleted. I mean, the Steam page did say this was something to do with like the city doesn't exist or something. I didn't think that was literal. I thought it was like a hey, this is like a secret town and it's like an experiment type thing, and it doesn't like officially exist to other people outside of it. Even though they've kind of alluded to it does. They like our dad had something like was it a picture from like a mountain he climbed or something that seemed like it was outside of the town? I don't know, they kind of implied there was things going on outside the town, so it's weird to me that like it doesn't exist. Leave my apartment, the door closes itself behind me. I don't know, I'm just generally confused by what's going on, but I'm here for the ride, because I'm grateful to the universe, right? Grateful to the universe for allowing me to experience this game. I'm starting to sound like her a little bit. Everything is so quiet. It's still pretty early, I suppose. It's Sunday, too. I went to school yesterday, which means it's Sunday. People don't get up early on the weekend. You went to school? Yes? You went to school on a Saturday? That's why there aren't any. It's a good explanation, even if it's wrong. But even if I know why nobody's around. It's really true. The wound is closing. Soon the world will heal. The sky is a lovely muted indigo. I wish the street lamps weren't on so that I could see it a little bit better. The sun will have already come up by the time they're off. A pity, but there's also a lot of charm to how these streets look at this time of day, especially with all the New Year's decorations. Just that I seem to have grown a little tired of the dark. Don't worry, it's only a little. I like how the yellow lights contrast with the blue. I like how snowflakes flicker under burning beams. I like how snowbound shimmer when they're just outside the rings of light. Actually, I want to get a better view. Can I really do this? I don't see why not. I look both ways more out of habit than genuine caution. It's not like we've had a ton of cars driving through here before. Did we? I mean, everything's pretty close, so the cars driving past are mostly outsiders coming in and out of the city. We didn't get too many of those, I believe. That's how it should have been, logically speaking. I bet that's how it was. I'm sorry, my head's gotten pretty foggy. Please bear with me. I quickly walk into the middle of the road. Asya. I'm Asya. My name is Asya. Right. The street. I've walked here all my life, but it looks so much broader now. I like this angle. It feels fresh. Walking down the road like that. No, I don't want to walk. It's childish, but my body feels like running. I've never flown in an airplane, but I've seen this on TV. They have these really long tracks lined with guiding lights, just like the street lights ahead with street lamps on each side. It's pretty close, right? And just like a plane, I'm going to ascend above the clouds, up to the stratosphere and beyond. This is my landing strip. I'll spread my wings, I'll rev my engine, and take off. Haha, what are you doing? Ah? I stumble and collapse into the snow. What? What? I shuffle to get back up and to see the person who just spoke to me. That voice, that laugh, it can't be, it can't be. Watch where you're stepping, will you? Is this us? What? Oh, it's Tosia. Okay, I'm like, this looks kind of like us, but with a little bit of a different haircut. My body moves on its own. Whoa there. I fling my arms around her. She laughs and spins me around. Tosia, you're... Ah, I missed you so much. Been a while, isn't it? I can't stop giggling. It's hard to speak at all. Tosia is laughing, too. We settle down to catch our breaths. I'm so happy you're here. I really thought I'd never see you again. Right back at you. Look at you now, though. All grown up. You've changed a bit. Your voice is different. Huh? Really? Yes. Whoa, that's bonkers. I didn't notice at all. You still say that. What, bonkers? You got a problem with bonkers? I don't. Thought so. Tosi, I can't believe it. It's been 3 whole years, but it's like no time has passed at all. She looks a little older, but her personality is just as I remembered it. So, where are you headed? Oh, gosh. I keep accidentally, like, hitting the, keep hitting that. I'm going to the research center. Huh? Why? There's something I need to do. It's important. Whoa, so serious. Yeah. You're not gonna tell me what it is, are you? Why? It's not really a secret. I'm gonna send a message to the world. A message? Like love and peace? Kind of. Man, we meet at last and you decide to be all cryptic. Give me a break. But you can tag along if you want. See everything for yourself. Why not just tell me? Sure. Not like I have a choice. So why is she appearing all of a sudden? And I feel like we know nothing about her, just that we haven't seen her for quite a few years. We walked down the empty road chatting like we did when we were children. I'm so happy. I just really couldn't imagine ever seeing her again, talking to her, hearing her voice, Tosia. My memory of her seems so spotty at times, so I'm glad I was right. I remembered her right. How have you been anyways? Good. I still write and walk around, and I met a lot of nice people. Yeah, like who? Where do I start? First, there was the guys at school. For a while, I didn't have any friends. Well, after you left, they started talking to me, and they joke with me every day. There's this boy, Vitya. Why are you covering up his name? We talk with him sometimes. He, last week brought me a soda. Yeah. Then there's Maria. Maria? Call her by her full name. Ah, no, not really. It just sounded natural for some reason. She's very popular, but she still finds time to talk to me, and we hang out a lot. And she brought magazines through with me. And we went to the cinema the other day. There was a Hollywood film showing. Oh, sounds fun. What was the name? It was about a star and not scrambles for anything, even the vaguest memory of what the movie was, but it's like looking through the glass pane of our living room, nothing but blurry shapes and muttering I can't decipher. You okay? Yes, I'm fine. Sorry, there's been a lot on my mind. Sure looks like it. But hey, you're a real socialite now, huh? Who would have thought? Oh, no, it's nothing like that. I mean, compared to how it used to be, I'm glad to hear it, really. I guess, thank you. Maybe I shouldn't have come back at all. No. What are you saying, Tosia? Of course. I'm kidding. Jeez, you're so easy to tease. She ruffles my hair. You're mean. Yeah. Speaking of, the other kids aren't picking on you, are they? Picking? No, of course not. You sure? If I wanted to bully someone, you'd be at the top of the list. No. Seriously, the boys can get a little carried away with their games, but my friend never lets it go too far. Your friend? You mean, Masha? No, not her. Another girl. Her name is Ira. Oh, Ira's really cool. So why did she... Is she just forgetting the other people's names? Is she forgetting Marina and Vadim? Because she called them different names, but... I don't know. She started saying the, and then she said a different one. So I don't know if she's, like, hiding them from her for some reason. I'm just a little lost. I do wonder if, like, kind of mentally she's deteriorating. She was struggling to remember the movie, but she also blacked out during part of the movie, so I wouldn't be surprised if she just doesn't have very much memory of that day. She can come across as a little unfriendly at first, and the way she talks is sort of rough, but she's a very kind person, and now that I think about it, you two are pretty alike. Well, if you say so. Wait, are you saying I talk like a brute? I didn't say that. I said sort of rough. I'm supposed to be the mean one. It's not bad, though. I like that about you, too. Oh, you ever hear the words backhanded compliment? No, really, I'm a little jealous. I wish I could talk like that sometimes. Yeah, that's always been the impression I got, that she was kind of... She looked up to Ira just because she was somebody that she aspired to be. Someone a little bit different and stood up for herself, and these are things I think Asya struggles with. You know, nah, never mind. Hey, you can't do that. You spit it out. I said it's nothing. Forget about it. Come on, Tosia, please. For old time's sake. Don't make those eyes at me. Seriously, it's gonna sound bad. It's okay. You often say bad sounding things. God, you. Fair enough. All right, well, it's stupid. She scratches her head and looks away. Yeah, Tosia is just as she's supposed to be. You're kind of a wuss. Can't argue with that. So when I was away, I kept thinking, man, she's probably having a really tough time over there. Those bastards better not touch her or else. And then nothing followed. No else. Because there was nothing I could do. I was so freaking mad, but seeing you now, I'm calmer. You smile a lot more than before. Really? She nods. If those friends of yours are as great as they say they are, I guess I don't need to worry anymore. Don't say anything. I knew it'd come out lame. It's not lame at all. I mean, your worries, I was really sad when you left. I don't remember it well, but there's this pain in my chest whenever I think back to that time. I think that for a long while, it's very hard for me. But then, little by little, I learned to be better, because I realized something very important. The pain I felt when you left wouldn't go away by itself. It was my job to mend it. So that emptiness I felt, I decided to fill it with wonderful things. Wonderful things. Anything nice would do. A tasty meal, a warm blanket, a lovely book. But I was pretty bad at it when I just started. How so? I guess I was picky, really. I kept thinking, is this really good enough to qualify? There's nothing special about it. It's not beautiful enough. It's not sweet enough. There's nothing wonderful about it at all. Nonsense like that. But if I kept thinking that way, the hole inside me would never get filled. Then I would never have enough. So you lowered your standards. I wouldn't put it that way. I think I became more aware of myself. I thought about my place in the world. I thought about what really counts as wonderful. When you think wonderful, what does that word mean to you? Well, wonderful is wonderful. Something great or like extraordinarily good. Well, see, extraordinarily. And for something to be considered extraordinary, there needs to be an ordinary thing to serve as the base of comparison, right? Yeah, I guess. That empty space, the one I wanted to fill so badly, it was still part of me. So I came to realize me, my mind, and body, those are my baselines. I am the world's measuring standard. And when I worded that thought to myself, it was like my eyes finally opened. Everything suddenly became so clear. Everything in the world, it all became worthwhile. It all became extraordinary. It became wonderful. I used to live under the impression that I had the right to judge everything by some universal quantifier. It's true, there's a median value to everything, that perfect straight line that the world balances around. What I failed to realize was that this median value, this idea of average, is so far above me, that so unreachably high, that the idea of me labeling anything as unremarkable became laughably brazen. I still had some trouble, but filling that emptiness became easier. So much easier. I didn't have to pick and choose anymore, so please don't worry about me anymore. To me, each day is brimming with wonderful things. So if you filled it, that hole in your chest, I don't need to do that anymore, because you're back. I have you here now, and I have my friends too. So I'm not in the friend category anymore. No, that's not what I meant. I'm teasing. I mean, you still take everything to heart, huh? You just don't let up. You gotta make up for the lost time. Anyways, Asya, listen to the stuff you said. Tosia sighs. She looks like she's about to say something I'd rather not hear. But I don't need this right now. Oh, look. The complex. We run towards the entrance. Wait, for a second I hesitate. What am I gonna say once I enter? They'll stare at me expectantly, and I'll probably blurt out something weird, make a total fool of myself. Then I'll know enough. That kind of thinking, that's just a force of habit. I know none of this will happen because... Easy there, geez. Tosia looks over at the door on the building's title plate. So, you're just gonna waltz into the place. Well, I'll give it a shot. The windows are all dark. Oh, it's open. Has everyone just disappeared? Takes my eyes a couple of seconds to get used to the darkness. The hall, I haven't been here in so long, doesn't exactly feel familiar. I think there's a light switch somewhere here. Yeah, let's look. Found it. Oh, the room suddenly fills with light. Tosia, please give me a warning next time. Oops, sorry. I blinked to adjust my vision. Right. I don't recognize this place at all. I say it's been a while, but it's only been 3 years. Everything from that time is still so hazy. Well, where to? Top floor, so up the staircase. Alright. How about grabbing a flashlight then? I don't want to search for switches every time we climb a floor. Sure, but where would we get it from? The janitor should have one. I suppose. The empty janitor booth by the entrance is open as well. Tosia marches in and begins shamelessly rummaging through the drawers. I skipped the key rack. I probably need one to get to the roof, but for some reason I have the certainty that it won't be necessary. All the doors in this building are locked. I know this for a fact, and if you ask me why, I wouldn't have a satisfying answer. This is very interesting. I'm trying to figure out what to make of it. Like, everyone's just kind of disappearing. Like, it just feels like this is all in our own head. Kind of like how we had that weird thing happen at the garage when we were following Vadim. Like, things just kind of happened. And I feel like we're just having a very lucid dream right now with Tosia appearing. It seemed like something happened 3 years ago that just kind of changed our world or changed our perspective on things, and her appearing here at the end of it all, just, it makes sense, I guess. Not here. Oh, holy crap, check this out. She pulls out an outdated calendar. Every month has a bikini model to go with it. That's great. It's foreign too. Is that Lithuanian? I'm not sure. Looks like Mr. Janitor knew how to keep himself busy. Tosia, we don't have that much time. Yeah, I hear ya. Soon enough, she fishes out a flashlight from a box under the desk. Now we're as prepared as we'll ever be. Our footsteps echo throughout the empty buildings. The first floor is still bright, but crossing into the second feels like diving into a pitch black pool. After a bit of fiddling, Tosia shines the flashlight into the void ahead. The beam illuminates a statue by the wall. It's thin and wiry, but the shadow cast has a rather intimidating shape. Are you scared? Me? No, I just don't like this place. I think it's interesting. There's nothing interesting about it. It's just a big old garbage bin. That's harsh. That's too soft. Honestly, I know you're kind of like that, but you should have you should have, shouldn't you, but shouldn't you of all people be a tad more critical? Gosh, I was having a really hard time with that sentence. They're the reason we got split up in the first place. Doesn't that make you mad at all? I suppose, but I just don't remember it all too well. I see. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. I'm just a bit surprised considering, well, whatever. Maybe it's for the best. Okay, so this is definitely the reason something happened. Like, this is like where the timeline kind of like diverted a little bit from that straight line. Or maybe this was the straight line all along. Apologize again and I'll kick you. Keep going up and up. The sky outside the windows is starting to brighten, but it's still too dark to walk without a flashlight. I think I'd be really creeped out if Tosia wasn't here with me. Then again, maybe not. There's nobody left to harm me after all. If I've made it this far, it means the universe has willed it. And if the universe has willed it, then I'm following a predetermined path. There's no point in fearing a fate that's predetermined. I shouldn't be scared. I shouldn't be worried at all. I watched the halo slide along the stairs and walls and railings. I keep thinking of that scene from a cartoon, a really popular cartoon I can't recall the name of. The episode where they got stuck in a dark cargo hold and the bunny makes scary shadow puppets appear in the flashlight. It got me so spooked as a kid. Of course, I'm not afraid of things like that anymore. It's just a vague memory that keeps rattling in my head like a coin in the washer. A little irritating, but it's not worth dwelling on. Which reminds me. I know it's probably unpleasant for you, but do you remember why you had to leave? That. You don't have to if it makes you feel bad. Piss is what it makes me. I don't remember what they called it exactly. Some scientific mumbo-jumbo. Osmotic distortion. This osmotic distortion that... I guess it's the fact that I exist didn't sit too well with them. What? That's terrible. It just really got on my nerves. You were all up in arms about it, too. I can imagine. Sorry. Seems like I couldn't do anything in the end. You did everything you could. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised they let you go after all that. What do you mean? Your ability. You know, willing things into existence. Hey, don't quote me on that, okay? I'm oversimplifying, and, it's all pretty complicated, you know? Not like all your wishes came true or whatever, but essentially, they said you had the potential to cause big distortions. Big distortions. That's... I hold my head. Right. Right, that does sound about right. Something like that. I've heard something like that before. 3 years ago. Not just then, but long after I've heard very similar words. I've known someone who said... Someone who wanted to create a distortion but failed. Because... they said you were one of them. Distortions? Pretty much. I think I tipped off some sort of radar. I see. Are they trying to imply that she essentially, like, willed Tosia? Like, she essentially created her in some way? And then something happened, and then... I don't know, I'm confused. That rings a bell I can just barely hear. An office. Wires. Someone talking to me in a friendly voice. Ah. It's also dark. It's impenetrable. I feel as if I'm trying to illuminate a ballroom with a matchstick. Damn it. You remember anything after? After you left? Yeah. Apart from the stuff you already told me, well, I furrowed my brows after Tosia left, after she left. What happened right after she left? All I recall is, all I can remember is that feeling of deep despair. Please, it's fine. Look like you're gonna pop a vein. I am sorry, it's just really hard. I feel like I'm just about to grasp it, but it slips away. Slips away into this awful feeling, like I've lost all hope. Ah, well, who cares if you don't remember the details? I'm here now, yeah? Yeah, I'm really happy about that. Yeah, I got that the first time. Oh, look. Oh, that mural. I remember it. Can't even make out what it is, to be honest with you. So the head of yours ain't completely empty. It's not like I forgot stuff on purpose. Never be too sure with you. Now you're just being mean. Sorry. First of all, my fingers trace the ridges of the mosaic. It's so cold. I feel like I'm repeating movements. My eyes are drawn to the large window panes just to the right. Ah, it's already... A light pink glow emanates from the far-off mountain ridge, so you don't need a flashlight anymore. Tosia plops into the armchair, switching it off. I think I know why they let me go. Yeah, why? Because I wasn't special. I can't tell you exactly how I know, but I think everyone is able to do that, to create these irregularities. That's so? Just a feeling I have. My memory is spotty, after all. But I figure it works like this. Distortions grow with belief, so the more people are involved, the easier they are to stabilize. Maybe some people just don't need as much outsider help to make them stick. Some can even cause them unintentionally, like you. Probably yes. My ability is what you say it is. It exists in every living being. Most just don't realize it for some reason. Well, then it's better to stay that way. You think so? Or else you get this. She gestures around the hall. The complex. The complex. The people. The whole freaking city. Everything just gets twisted. There are things in the world not meant for humans. Most have the mental barrier for a reason. But what about you? You probably wouldn't exist if it weren't for this. What are you talking about? Of course I would. You just called me by another name. I mean, I'd still be Tosia. You simply wouldn't label me as a distortion. Never call you something like that. Well, that's just a scientific term. Deny it all you want, but that's how the world defines me. I don't care about that. You're a friend to me. You always will be. Sure, that's nice of you, but that's not what I'm getting at. To be frank, I didn't think there was anything wrong with the whole distortion label. I just hate being grouped in with the stuff they're doing here. Oh, the distortions produced by this place are nothing like me. They're too calculated, too institutional. If I was born from a wish made in earnest. If both of us had never known these rules, what the world deems balanced or unbalanced, that still exists. You just called me a miracle. Forget I put it like that, okay? I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but did I ever tell you about it? About the world always rebalancing itself? I know this, but how do you? What they're doing here is a crime, not just against the stability of the universe or whatever. I couldn't care less about that. It's an insult to everyone's hopes and prayers, because whatever change they're trying to enact comes from a mandate, not the heart. The great distortion, irregularity, whatever you call it, it's not a sin in itself. The cynicism behind it is. Tosia sighs and reclines back into the armchair. I didn't have anything to argue with. I see, I thought I've reached the very end. I didn't think I could fall any deeper in love, not at this point, and yet here I am. As it turns out, you're quite the romantic, so pure of heart. Do you have a heart? Not in a traditional sense, of course, but... it doesn't matter. Whatever passes for a heart in you, I hope my message reaches it. The glow keeps getting brighter. I check the clock on the wall. Tosia, we have 30 minutes left. Let's go. Yes, sir. Finding the exit to the roof doesn't take long. Just a separate staircase down the hallway. Press on a handle. No resistance. Guess I was correct. There's no need for keys anymore. Of course there isn't. Everything is becoming right. Everything is returning to its most natural state. All the lock values have been reset to 0. What is the default state of a lock? It's being open. Bright. It's so bright outside. I blink a little. Whew. If this was summertime, I think I would have gotten blinded. Little by little, my vision adjusts. I blink again, just staring straight ahead, and then I see it. There's the morning light. A pink haze sprawls over the vast horizon. It fades into the softest yellow hue, then into cyan, then into a sleepy purple shade. The darkness is now far behind me, retreating back into that icy tundra. And the city rests below. What was its name again? Suppose that isn't important anymore. The street lights are already off. The roads are clean and quiet. The windows of the blocks burn pink. Everything's silent. Everything's at ease. And right above me, stretching to the soft violet sky. It's the radio tower. The snow. It's falling upwards. Oh, I didn't even notice that in the background. Yeah, it is going upwards. Take a look around. Oh, you're right. I didn't even notice. The white flakes split off from the snowy mounds and calmly float up to the heavens. How cute. Everyone's going home. I stretch my arms out. The snow coats the bottom of my mittens. By the way, you're still afraid of heights? No, not really. They were never that scary. Oh yeah? How about the time at the Ferris wheel? I was 9. Well, look at you. I remembered. I remember that. Yeah, sure did. Your memory's real selective, huh? And merciless. No, actually, a lot of things are suddenly much clearer. Yeah? Yes, they're not good things, but I see. I've used up all the matches Tosia gave me. The dark ballroom, the massive hall I couldn't hope to ever illuminate in full. Thin morning light began to creep in through the windows. The corners are still drenched in darkness. The shadows cast by the columns, rows of splat black chairs and drapery are still the impenetrable black, but I can finally see around me. I see where I am. The lovely pattern on the marble floor, the beautiful exotic vases, the dozens of paintings lining the walls. Ha! There I go again. Ballroom? Lavish decor? Who am I kidding? The place that I struggled so hard to see was no more than a stuffy little room. The morning light shines through a concrete crack, not through an arched window. The beam falls not on marble, but onto... There isn't much to fall on. My own pathetic figure writhing on the floor, crying for Tosia. The smell of gasoline inside a pitch-black body shop. A shattered window leaving painful cuts, apologizing to everyone's parents. My dad getting fed up with my hysterics. Is this the incident that happened at the garage before? Why she seemed to have kind of some PTSD from it? Crying for Tosia, smell of gasoline inside a pitch-black body shop. My mother's sad, embarrassed face. It's all just so boring. Haha, sorry. What for? You asked if I remember anything from right before, or right after you went away. So, it's not even worth talking about. You already knew that, right? Yeah. You're still gonna do it. Of course. That doesn't change anything. Glad to hear that. Well then, up we go. I know it. Up we go. I hate to admit it, but looking through the metal railings makes me a bit nervous. I grab onto the service ladder and give it a shake just to make sure. Uh-oh, the game's not responding. Okay, I think we're good. Seems very stable. Okay, yeah, we seem to be good. I don't know, that was weird. The game kind of like freezes every once in a while. Not even rattled, that's good. I mean, of course it should be safe. This place had to be well maintained, and relatively speaking, the climb isn't all that high. There are much taller radio towers out there. Even if I had to climb one of those, it wouldn't be a problem. I'm really not afraid of heights. I wasn't lying. I wouldn't be scared. You alright? Yes, all good. What am I doing? At this point, I have no right to hesitate. I step on the ladder and begin to climb. Tosia follows suit. Boots aren't exactly made for this. Gotta be careful not to slip. I didn't think of it at first, but now that I'm a dozen meters above the floor of the roof, the cold in my hands is becoming harder to ignore. Even with mittens on, it's freezing to the touch. It must be the thin layer of ice wetting the wool. Oh well, letting go isn't an option, neither is climbing down. You holding up okay? Yes, I'm fine. You sure? You seem to be getting tired. I'm okay. Listen, we both know you're a wimp, alright? No use in playing tough. So it's chill if you just... I said I'm fine. Haha, you... So you've changed after all, haven't you? What do you mean? I'm not sure. It just feels like it. Keep looking up. Up. Only up. We're halfway there already. I can see the platform getting bigger. Looking to the side is a distraction. Looking down is punishable by firing squad. If I look down, I'll be executed. No, worse. They'll send me very far away. No. I don't want to go far away. I don't want to look down. I don't want to meet eyes with her. You, yes? Do you have, like, a script prepared for your message? My message? Yeah, no, there's no script. So you're just gonna scream whatever pops in your head. Something like that. My message? Perhaps I should have brought a note. Not because it was ever meant to be verbose or anything. No, I wanted to make it short and to the point right from the start. At least it sounds like something I would want knowing myself, knowing me. The longer I go, the higher I climb, the more confused I feel. It's pretty stupid. I know sometimes I'd walk into the room looking for something and forget what I came for right away. It's just like that. Something that was so obvious to me 2 steps ago is now a mystery. So I rewind and try to carefully retrace my path. We're already 2 steps above, and while my mind was busy trying to recover missing fragments, more slipped out. I can't afford to get distracted, so I'll get back to my point. The point I was making, right. I don't need a script. It would be nice to have a note in retrospect of me being dumb and woozy, but even now I'm too worried about messing up the words. I'm not too worried. They don't matter that much. They're only decimals. The those are important for any message, of course. But when the emotion that overwhelms me is so strong, I'm sure that it can reach its destination no matter the form. It's strange. It seems like it's so much is slipping away, slipping. But this one feeling hasn't diminished a bit. It's like every cell in my body is a buzz, and in my head, blank spaces that won't stop forming don't remain empty for long. Because the feeling, this warm, wonderful emotion comes pouring in and fills them up to the brim. It's really, really lovely. Oof. Cover my face. It's so windy up here. I hope my scarf doesn't get caught in anything. I crawl up to the platform and immediately slouch against the tall antenna. The ache that's numbing my arms and legs for a good portion of the climb has suddenly become very apparent. Ow. He passed me. Would it really be so hard to exercise once in a while? Finally, the girl crawls out behind me. At least she's high on energy. Man, is it breezy up here or what? Ah, my eyes are glued to the view in front. Haha, what's that expression? I can't blame her, though. It's breathtaking. Whoa, are you seeing this? Yeah, this is bonkers. Bonkers. You're not reacting at all. Come on. Everything's so tiny. Ah, I can see so far. It's really beautiful. I'm just a little tired. Whew. Give me a minute. Woohoo! Her voice is drowned out by the howling wind. She laughs. The rising snow is viciously pelting her face, but she doesn't seem to care. She's running back and forth around the platform, giggling and screaming profanities as loud as she can. She's so happy. That makes me happy, too. I stand up and swipe the snow off the back of my coat. The clumps detach and float into the sky. The sky. It feels so close. I reach my hand up and... Yeah, no, I'm not tall enough. Of course, there's the antenna right beside me. That's the peak propping up the sky. It's around 5 more meters until I'm able to make contact. I don't think I can climb it, though. There's nothing to grab onto. And frankly, I'm too tired to try. Hey, I call out to the girl. What's up? Come here, it's about time. Oh, she skitters closer, still wearing a huge grin on her face. I fix the scarf around her neck. It's cold. Cover up a little. Ah, you still worry about that? Don't pout. I don't want you to catch anything, that's all. Lets out a sigh of resignation. Are you my mom or something? Haha, I could be. You never know. No way. Why not? You look too young. Maybe I'm blessed with youthful looks. Where's my dad, then? Dead. I poisoned him. It's scary. It's the end of the world, and we're out here on the top of a radio tower, joking around. It's rising. Is it gonna be a pink glow? Oh, there's the sun. Light. White, blinding light emerges from the endless mountain ridge. The jagged line of the horizon catches fire. It's burning high and wide in red, orange, and pink, in the most painful shades that even I can see. The flames are caught by the howling wind and start to spread across the melting fields of snow, closer and closer and closer until... I turn my head. The figure of the girl beside me is bathed in the violent morning rays. Her hair is the same color as the blazing hills. Her face is so familiar and warm it makes my chest hurt. Your name? What's your name? She turns. I feel as if my body, my entire world has reached a boiling point. Your name? Who are you? Oh, sorry, I'm not sure. And you are? I see. That's okay. Okay? It's alright if you don't remember. It's probably not important. You really think so? Yes. Because I feel like I've known you for a very long time. Me too. Aha. That's wonderful. Then there's nothing to worry about, right? I guess so. It's just that, what's wrong? I feel like I had something very important to do. A message. I think I was supposed to send a message. A message? Like a transmission? Ah, probably. Yeah, since we're on top of a radio tower. Yeah, that makes sense. What's the transmission? I don't know, but I can sense it. There's this feeling I need to get across through no matter what. Oh, okay. That's good. And who are you sending the message to? It's for... Look around. The endless tundra wraps around the globe. The western front looks cold and dark, but soon the fire will spread all over the surface of the earth and fill the sky. The little town below is already engulfed. The metal tower is red from the heat, like a blade ready to be laid against an anvil. Little by little, everything burns up. In a few moments, the entire planet will combust. The sun keeps rising, the day is breaking on the searing peaks. The girl I know is smiling at me. The girl I know, this girl. How many times have I seen her face? How many times has she seen mine? Can't say. I can't really remember. I know her better than any other person on planet Earth, and I think she knows me better than anyone too. I know her eyes have seen me at my worst, and I can only hope they've seen me at my best. Is my best enough to outweigh my worst? I wish I knew. But she's still here with me, even after witnessing my lowest, my most embarrassing, most disgusting moments. She's still giving me an earnest smile. The person closest to me, the person standing in the ring of fire, my best friend in the whole entire world. Is something wrong? No, not at all. I shake my head. Who is my message for? There's only one reasonable answer. I have something to tell you. What? What? That's right. I have a transmission for you. So get your receivers ready. Me? Yep. All right, transmission starting in 3, 2. Wait. Okay. I'm listening. I'm on the line. Hee 1. December 28th, 1986. So we didn't make it to New Year's. The polar night over all the districts of Vorkuta, including the towns of Borgashore, Komsoliski, Molda, Oktyabrsky, Promyshelny, Yeletsky, Servany, Zapolyarny, and the closed city of Vorkuta 5 has officially ended. A complete failure to establish contact with Vorkuta 5 via landline radio and telegraph was registered by municipal authorities of Vorkuta during the late morning hours. At 11 Moscow Standard Time, a KGB investigative unit accompanied by a military escort confirmed arrival at the designated location. No personnel were present at any of the city's checkpoint gates. Over the subsequent hours, the deployed unit conducted a comprehensive survey of the area and was unable to identify any traces of human or animal presence. All residential and administrative buildings were found unsecured, with no evidence of forced entry, disorder, or signs indicative of panic or evacuation. Additional military detachments were deployed to secure the perimeter and conduct further inspection. A contingent of government officials and the Technical Commission was dispatched to retrieve confidential documentation and sensitive materials from the local research complex. All documents related to classified work on structural dynamics have since been transferred to the USSR State Archive. Continuous radio transmission originating from the town's communication tower was located and disabled. The intent of the transmission remains undetermined. While the broadcast could be interpreted as a malicious hijacking, the surrounding circumstances prohibit such a conclusion at the time. Public disclosure of the event has been withheld. Close relatives of missing Vorkuta 5 residents have been issued monetary compensation in the amount of 200 rubles per case. I don't feel like that's very much. That's like $2. I'm sure in the 80s maybe that's a little different, but according to today in US dollars, that's $2.50. I mean, I know it's cheap there, but that's crazy. Addendum: unverified civilian reports indicate the aforementioned transmission continues to be intermittently received across various locations in the Komi Republic, despite full shutdown of city infrastructure. The signal is most clearly detected between 10:30 and 11 Moscow Standard Time. Transmission consists of a repeated phrase in Morse code, and the contents of which remain under review. Okay, E, then pause. Y. Come on. So freaking slow. Damn it, give me a second. Oh, huh? Should've just done it myself. Would have been faster, I bet. U. What? You know it's true. Eh? What? Well, is this a joke or because if you really the message, idiot? That's what it says. Oh. Huh? You serious? Yes. Look. Oh, real funny. I love you, I love you, I love you. That's how you're gonna end it? What? That what? I feel like that's so sudden. I don't even know why the game's called Z.A.T.O. Why is it Z.A.T.O? I don't understand. What am I missing here? Why is it called that? I don't understand. I mean, I totally get like I love the world and everything, and I kind of like understand, but I'm just yeah, like thank you for letting me play the game, but I'm just so confused by that ending. Is there like we didn't even get to see this like intro thing here. Gallery. Okay, there's a sketchbook. Thank you for reading. Okay, good. There's like a little bit more, but this is probably not like story wise. Gosh, the ending left me so confused. Like, okay, so the town just disappeared. It seems like everyone knows that that town existed at some point, or at least like relatives did. Like it was, they were aware, but like everyone just disappeared. They gave them 200 rubles, which is, it, I feel like that's got to be like hardly anything. Like maybe they can buy a lot more with their money than we could now, but I don't know. That ending was like it made sense in a way. Like it kind of like concluded everything, but at the same time it was so like not conclusive. I feel like we got to see Ira real quick. Like I feel like the game was building up to Ira like being such an important thing, but really it was just Asya that was important, and just kind of her coming to accept the world and loving it, and like she just her and everyone disappeared. I know that ending was really strange in a way. Like I totally get it. Like she's been wanting to send her message and everything to the world, like tell the world that she loves it and everything. But I don't know. I was expecting more of like a maybe like a government conspiracy type thing. Like there was an experiment going on. Maybe this is just something you're supposed to speculate, right? Um, Really interesting though that we focused on Marina the most, when I don't feel like Marina was really like, I don't want to say Marina wasn't important, but Marina was helping Ira, and then we kind of like explored that a little bit, and then we didn't explore Vadim at all. I wanted to go more into his character. Lev was just kind of like thrown in at the end, um, kind of explain what was going on. They're just kind of like dulling the pain to this inevitable like reset, this null that the town's gonna go into. I will say though, probably I like the story a little bit less just because of the confusing way it ended, but I will say the art was absolutely phenomenal. I love this art style. Um, it just seems like a more refined version of things I saw people draw like when I was younger. I remember like kind of around fifth grade, like I was seeing what some of the girls were drawing. It's mostly the girls at my school that I feel like were really good artists. Not to say the guys can't be good artists too, but I noticed more of the girls, I guess, enjoyed art. and they would draw like really cool like anime type drawings. I think that's when I like first started noticing it. I was into anime. Not that I really knew what it was, or like I didn't know that it was anime. I just knew that it was like a cartoon essentially. Because like I was into like Naruto and things like that around like, you know, elementary school. I was getting like kind of introduced to that, and I grew up with Pokemon and things like that. So I was kind of familiar with like this kind of anime art style, and I just feel like this is like just a more like adult, refined version of that, and I just absolutely adore this art style. Yeah, it's nice. I really love like the art style of the characters too. Like I really vibe with that. It's very expressive. More period accurate. Oh gosh, there's so much little text that I can't. On the stability of closed systems. How did you set it up? How did you do this? I don't know, they just kind of threw in a lot of like stuff at the end. I really wish her chapter would have been longer. I wish there was like more time dedicated to Vadim. I think he was like a really cool character. I would have liked to get to know him better. He seems to me kind of like Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus. That like that kind of character, like kind of is mean, but like has deeper motives. As of the time I'm playing this, the final episode of that is not out. I'm really looking forward to episode 9. It's coming out in a few months. It's probably gonna be so good. I just watched episode 8. Episode 8 was amazing. Since when are grades a mark of intellect? That's such an outdated idea. I do think it's hard to measure intelligence purely based on academics. I mean, there's obviously like emotional intelligence and how you view the world essentially. This story I guess reflects more on that. I'll let you know it reeks of classism. Your grades are actually okay. Are your grades actually okay? I am my own parabolic antenna. The strength of my signal is decided by my own level of gratitude. It's a matter of my resolve. Yeah, I really like the scenes where she was kind of like low-key going crazy. Very good. His name is Roosevelt. Oh, so Denpa. Gosh, yeah, like there's so much like cool stuff in here that we didn't get to see. I really like all these sketches. I would have loved this, but like a more fleshed out story. It feels like kind of the middle part, like chapter 2 really dragged. Like chapter 2 had a lot of like great information, but it kind of dragged. I would have liked I would have liked more of the character backstory. I feel like it definitely dragged at some parts, but I think overall it was pretty good. Do you believe this? Future plans, who gives a crap? Like, I would have loved to know more about Ira. Like, I feel like our goal was to find out more about her. And then, like, we found her and she was just like a zombie, and then we didn't end up getting to... Oh, we actually get to see what the other characters look like. So there's Vasya, Igor, and Murat. Oh, these are gender bends. Vera, Lena. I'll become an actress and buy myself a rich American husband. Oh, that's pretty smart. Do you know English? I'm gonna write a book and maybe people will like it. I'll read it. My hubby will sponsor you. Oh, that's the end. And then Tosia just kind of was thrown in at the end. They kind of like hinted at her. They hinted at something happening in the garage. I don't know. I think overall, like, I loved the story. I loved the setting of it. Everything about it was just so... Ooh, it's just so good. It was so unique, so out there. It was so different. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just throwing out things that I felt, but... It felt like something special, and I love that. Like this really did feel like something like just truly special. I really enjoyed reading through this. Though I think at some point it started focusing on things I'd rather have not have focused on. I wanted to get to know the characters more. Every time like it started getting good, like there was just this like really drastic tone shift. And then we started exploring something else, and that was kind of frustrating, I guess. But overall, I loved the characters. I really wanted to get to know them more. I wanted there to be some grander conspiracy, and there kind of was. But at the same time, they left it very vague, and that's a little bit frustrating. But uh, I think that's gonna be all my thoughts. We didn't really find out what was going on with the bird. They said the bird was despair. Is that what it's supposed to mean? So like every time it flew by the window, I don't know if that's supposed to signify despair. I'm not entirely sure what they meant by that. There's definitely still a lot of questions I have. I didn't necessarily get the most satisfying answers, but that's okay. I don't think this game is meant to be something that gives you all the answers. It's meant to be something that makes you think and appreciate the world a little bit more. And I guess that I do. I guess I do appreciate the world a little bit more. Sometimes there's things that happen that are out of my control, but I think I still need to find something to love about my situation or the world, anyways. I think that's a lesson that we can absolutely get out of this. And I got the impression, like, appreciate the people you have around you while you have them. I think that's like a very easy answer to get from this as well. But I'm gonna end it here. I think that's all my thoughts. I thank you if you actually listened and watched through the entire thing with me. It was something special. This was definitely like not a game you find every day. It's not like the most spectacular story. Like I said, I have a lot of gripes and things that I wish they would have done differently, but at the same time, I'm grateful that I got to experience what I did. And with that, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video.